I have the sneaking suspicion that my Wi-Fi made that not as enjoyable as it should have been. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Write on writers, read on readers, all that good stuff. I am your host, Adrian Santiago. This is Books by Adrian, my author platform. And today we are talking all about Mythic, Shadow of the Spark, and we're doing the cover reveal. Many of you have already seen it. Some of you because you're subscribed to my newsletter, and others because I couldn't wait and I just showed you on my own. I'm I'm very excited. I'm like super duper excited to finally have this thing done and to finally be able to share it with you guys. That's too loud. Let's turn that down to a scotch. Okay. All right. Welcome. Thanks for being here, guys. All of you on such short notice. I kind of pulled the trigger on this last minute because I was going to do it Wednesday, actually. And then my wife was all like, we have like 9 different appointments that day. So I was like, fine, I'll just do it today. The newsletter got it yesterday. Friends got it even before that, or even saw it in different stages of development. We're going to talk about all that stuff for as long as I'm here. I'm probably not going to be able to stretch this more than an hour, and even that might be a lot. So hopefully everybody just kind of shows up real quick. And please, if you have questions about the cover design process, the cover itself, questions, comments, thoughts, critique, whatever it is, throw it at me. I am just getting it ready here. All right. Everybody in the chat, y'all ready? Those of you who haven't seen it yet, the rest of you, thanks for coming anyway. All right, here we go. Let's add this screen right here. All right, y'all. Boom! This right here is the cover to Mythic, Shadow of the Spark, a detective murder mystery set in a sci-fi fantasy world. This is the full spread. Let me remove myself entirely. The full front cover, spine, back cover. I even got my little QR codes going, all that good stuff. Next, a close-up of the back cover. Not so much a close-up, just a spotlight on it. And the very, very cool book mock-ups. Love it. I'm excited. I can't wait to hold one of these bad boys in my hand. It's going to be wild. Wild, wild stuff. Okay. We're going to go back to the front. And we're going to do one of these. Or should it be one of these? No, one of these. All right. Let's go to the chat. First off, thank you, Shannon, for being cool. And thank you again for being doubly cool. RC Scott. Nice. Nice. I'm here for it. Martin, nobody believes you. They all know. They all know. Morgan Lee, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Channeling Richard, this is going to be sparktastic. Oh no, he's rubbing off on my favorite people. This is not good. Ty, welcome. Hello. Let me know your thoughts on this cover. Let's go to the full. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Heather. I am very excited. So happy to share it with you guys. I seen it. Yeah, you've seen it. What was your cover design process? The whole process? That's your the whole process from beginning to end. That's a good question. I'm gonna get to that in just a sec. She's good. We got some woots. We got a cool. We gotta love the cover. Detective, murder, mystery with periods. Wild, wild stuff indeed. The characters are gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you very much. I actually have, let me see here. if I can. Oh, I have to exit out. I actually have. Oh, I didn't put it in this one. Let's go back here. Let's make a copy. Let's go in here to add it to the whole thing. And now we can do this. Yay. All right. Stop screen. Share screen. Okay. All right. So yeah, close up of the characters. I know you guys can see it in the background, but I'm blocking it. So the main character is in the middle, Migdalia Vandersea. She is our detective. We have Faye Noelani on the left, my left, stage left. I'm not sure which is which. Redheaded dreadlocks. That's her. She is a cool hippie witch character. And Lear Varian on the right is our bounty hunter on a redemption arc. Where is Dickie? Definitely look better in gloss. Yes, I agree. And I've already committed to the gloss. Thank you. Shannon, I'm going to start your question because I'm going to get to Martin's very broad one first. And let's see here. Love it, Adrian. But to be fair, I saw it last night. Yes. A lot of people did. Take myself off the screen. Boom. No. Boom. All right. Boom. There we go. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, take it. Yeah. Okay. But then I can't talk. You won't hear me. It's the double-edged sword. I think you mean how many cover designers did he break? All right. So let's go ahead and get to the questions since folks are asking. Okay. So first up, we had what was the cover design process, and this is kind of coupled with how many cover designers did you fire before settling on this one. Okay, so I did go to a couple of cover designers. I went through 4, maybe 5 total before landing on this one. If you count Meeblart as one artist, but I think they should kind of count as like 30 artists because don't they have like a huge staff? So I went to Meeblart. I went to a couple other cover designers, some on Upwork, some on I saw some on Reedsy that I reached out to, and I pitched this cover idea to every single one of them. The idea being that the bottom third of the image should establish a murder mystery tone with, what typically you see on a murder mystery novel cover. And then from the middle up, we are establishing a sci-fi setting and we're promising a fantasy future, a future of adventure and fantasy. My kid just walked in, you might hear him. And so I wanted the city of, the setting to be most of the image. And then I wanted the planet up at the top with its rings and all that kind of good stuff. And the spark is the setting of the story. It's this giant space station, moon-sized space station with a bunch of cities. And I wanted to have the shadow of the spark clearly visible on the planet. You can see it there under the R and I in Adrian. And it's every single one of those artists told me no. They were like, it's too much. We can't do it, or it won't look good, or here's a better idea. When I went to Meeblart, they gave me a whole pitch. And Meeblart's pitch was treat it like a movie poster, like a Marvel movie poster. So title in the middle, floating heads in one corner, a planet in the another corner, and then like a gun or a knife or something at the bottom. And it's all just kind of like black background and just these illuminated like segments. And I'm like, lame. That sucks. That, I don't like those movie posters. Those are bad movie posters. The best movie posters capture, the feel of the movie without telling you anything about what's happening inside of it, or summing up the entire experience into an image. Like it's a whole like thing. Those floating heads movie posters, I hate those. I think they're whack. So I just kept going. And then this artist, Thea Majorand, maybe it's Majorand. I never actually asked her how to pronounce her last name. Thea is amazing. She came recommended by Victoria Wren. And so I reached out to her. I sent her my pitch, and she said, "Ooh, a challenge," and went at it. She didn't literally say "hold my beer," but she might as well have, because she literally nailed it in pretty much the first take. And I'll show you guys like some drafts, because now that it's finished and it's perfect and I love it, I can show, like, first of all, what her first pitch was, which was very close, and the minor tweaks that we had to do to get it here. But this is what I pitched her, and it's what she sent me. It's pretty cover designer. And why isn't this working? There it is. Who is your cover designer? Who designed the character artwork? She did both. She did both. Thea Majorand. And I'll go to her website in a second here and show you guys her website and scroll through her catalog and all that. But she did all of it, including the character designs. Now, I had some character designs done in the past by another artist, and they were the general idea of what these characters should look like. I sent her those, but I was very clear with her that they weren't right. They weren't quite right yet. They were approximations, but they weren't quite right. And so I also gave her character descriptions. She gave me a character sheet, and I sent her back 3 character sheets. And I swear, either I nailed the descriptions or she's psychic. But these 3 characters look exactly, and I'm not exaggerating at all, they look exactly as I picture them in my head. They really do. And it was very overwhelming to look at them for the first time, and I stared at them for I just kept staring at them. They are probably the best part of this whole process for me, because I wasn't expecting her to nail it quite as hard as she did. Let's go to the chat, see what's going on. This cover needs more death specs. Well, death specs, since you have read it, have changed. They are no longer glasses. They are now contacts. So she's wearing them. You just can't see them. Tell the me one in the middle rides a motorcycle. Tell me the one in the middle rides a motorcycle. She does not ride a motorcycle. She rides a very cool squad car. Yeah, is that what? Yeah, I thought my dyslexia had kicked. I thought I was the one messing up. Yo, Adrian, you did it. I didn't do it so much, but I found the one who did it. It was. I would have walked when they said Marvel movie poster. I did walk when they said Marvel movie poster. As soon as they said that, I sat back and I was like, no. And the thing was, I did tell them that I'm going for a very cinematic feel to the book in general. I told them that I wanted it to feel like a cinematic experience. I referenced Christopher Nolan and movie makers of that ilk, and so I understand why they pitched a movie poster, but it was the wrong pitch. And then when I told them that that's not what I was going for, that I don't like those kind of movie posters, and the only way that I would be cool with it is if they showed me what it would look like, and I liked it. So, I was asking for a pencil sketch, something, give me some stick figures, give me something. And they're like, no, pay us and then we'll give you stuff. So I bounced on Meebler, unfortunately. And yes, that does seem lame, doesn't it? All right, what else is going on? Ben Pick has arrived, so hello to you. Can we ask what the costs were for the cover and the character artwork? Okay, so here's the crazy thing, okay? It was one fee, one price for the whole thing. I did not pay separately for the character designs, okay? Because the characters are on the cover. You understand? So if there were no characters on the cover, or if there was only one character on the cover, then and I wanted these other 2, I would have had to have paid extra for a separate, character design job. She does that too. She does character designs. She does concept art and lots of other stuff. And so I wanted all 3 of them on the cover, just not on the front cover. I wanted them on the back, which is where they ended up, thank goodness. But yeah, it's just it's when she sends you the The materials that you need to fill out, she sends you not just the form to fill out for the what the cover looks like, but she also sends you a character sheet in case there's a character on the cover. So yes, if I were you and you wanted more than one character, I would just make sure that they all belong on the cover, and she'll do them quite like this. But as you see, it's it's a bust. It's not a full character profile or anything like that. So again, if you want something like that, she does that too. But that would not be included in this price. Now, as far as how much it costs, since you asked, um, all in, she's European, so she gave me the price in pounds. I believe it was 700. American, that came out, I want to say around 775, maybe 780, somewhere around there. It was just shy of 800, and the 800 got me the full cover design, front, spine, back, and again the character designs were included in that price. So now that was the price for like all this like original stuff. She also does more inexpensive covers where she uses more stock imagery and stuff like that. She designed all of these characters, but had I wanted to pay less, I would have gone to a lower tier, and she would have used copy paste type stuff. She still makes it look nice, but they are they're cheaper covers. They're meant to be more on the affordable side. It might be something that I would use for like my short story collections. Something that I'm selling for 99 cents here or there. Something that I'm not putting a lot of money into, so I'm not expecting a lot of money out. So I wouldn't pay for a whole cover to be made. So yeah, it honestly, like, I think it was a bargain. At the end of the day, I think it was a bargain. Robot, Adrian, and friends. Was I going robot? Was I shorting out? I'm sorry if I was. Dead or alive, you're reading this book. Oh, okay, I'm back. All right. I wonder how much you guys missed. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. A good grindhouse cover. Thank you. Yes, I'm again the part that got me the most was definitely the character designs. I mean, she really nailed them. You guys can't even really tell, but there are even like red specks in Migdalia's eyes that she got in there that like you would have to zoom like way in to see it, and it would get pixelated and you wouldn't be able to tell, but they're there. It's awesome. Yeah, Felix, don't scratch, buddy. He's got little boo boos on his face, and then he scratches them, and they get worse. Do you have a link to your cover designer? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat. Bear with me. Let me go back to this so that I can open up the YouTube chat. All right, so I'm going to throw it in the chat. Ikaruna.eu. All right, now I'm going to pin that at the top for now. Okay, that is the website. Let me throw it up on the screen as well. So ikaruna.eu, I am going to go there on the screen right now so that we can all experience it together. There it is. Ikaruna. Felix, can you please not do that? Okay, here we go. We're going to share screen, share window, Ikaruna, share. All right. Cool. So this is her website. Book covers for book lovers. You know what? Let me embiggen this. Yeah, that's better. Much better. All right. So She does character designs. She does concept art. She does book covers. She does it all. Let's go into her cover portfolio because it is tight. I'm gonna take this off the screen so we can see. All right, so I'll tell you right now which ones sold me on her. This one right here was a huge selling point for me. I saw that and I was like, oh, she can do my cover. She can totally do it. Same with this one here. You know, the detail, the kind of brushstroke look, but these beautiful dark lines, very, very good. I got. This is one of the ones that I'm talking about where very clearly, like that's clip art that she, took and put together. This is probably a much more affordable book cover. She also has pre-made ones as well that you can just straight up buy from her. Let's go to another one that sold me on her. Oh, this one right here, Maya of the New World. I don't know what book this is, but I kind of want to read it right now. The details, beautiful. I love it when it's, one big, beautiful image like that, not the Marvel movie posters. And this one right here is the one that I pointed her towards for my own book cover. And if you when we go back to the book cover, you'll notice this sort of like art style towards the middle. And I liked it because it hints at fantasy. There's definite sci-fi vibes as well. That kind of like Dune look. But at the same time, there's something kind of psychedelic about it, the way that the colors are kind of blending into each other. And there's definitely drug culture and psychedelic elements to my story. So I kind of wanted to touch on that element as well. And again, there's another one that really clued me in that she was the one, right? These are Victoria Wren's covers, Wild Spirit series. You okay, buddy?
Yeah.
You gonna go get your water?
Why this?
You gonna stay here? All right, buddy. All right, relax. It's okay. All right, so we got the Wild Spirit covers. Victoria Wren recommended this artist to me. So sorry guys, my kid is like touching buttons and stuff. I'm alone with the kids right now, so look at this one. That's another great one right there. So ikaruna.eu is where you're going to check it out. This is another one I pointed her towards. I really, really like that one. I think that's a really great vibe. As you can see, she's very versatile. She has she has a wide range. This one is another one I pointed her to, kind of more on the minimalist side, but I really, really like it, really enjoy it. This is kind of classic right here. Again, shows her versatility. This one, she's very versatile. She can do pretty much anything. Now here's the truly crazy part. When you sign up with her and you begin your process, she's basically offering unlimited revisions until you're happy with the product. And that's a huge deal. Not everybody will do that. All right, let's see what the chat has been saying. Oh, okay, yeah. Did you get? Oh, well, you got the link in the chat now. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Get that kid a high C. Are you going to send out arcs for Shadow of the Spark? Yes, I am. I'm right now doing a last minute extra proofread on the novel. I'm reading it out loud to myself, and hopefully it only takes me this week to do, but I want to make absolutely sure that it's absolutely ready before I hit that publish button. But once it is, I'll order some art copies and I will send them to you guys as quickly as possible. Honestly, I don't know if they'll reach you before April 30th, before the launch. I'm hoping that they do. I'm cutting things a little close, but quite honestly, I want to get it out there. You know what I mean? I want to get it out there. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the the phases of this thing. Here, hold on. Let's move this back over here. Cool, cool, cool. Let's open this down here. All right. Okay, so drafts. There we go. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen now. Entire screen 1. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. All right, cool. All right. This was her first draft. I want to stress this. This was draft 1. This was the first thing that she sent me, the first thing that I saw from her. I explained to her immediately that, first of all, she nailed it. She nailed the look. She did exactly what I asked. There were aspects of it that needed to be tweaked, and we'll go over that. But look at how close to the final product it was. And when I said that to her, I was honestly expecting, a pencil sketch, some kind of a preview. And she sends me this, and she explains, like, no, when I send something to them, I want it to be as close to a finished product as possible so that you can really see it and not have to imagine any part of it. Like, there it is. Well, there are aspects of it, like these transparent buildings, which were part of that art style that I pointed out earlier. You see how the buildings kind of bleed into each other? That was definitely a part of that book cover that I pointed out. And so she didn't do anything wrong by doing this, but it just didn't look quite right to me and my producers. Also, I wasn't crazy about the plain white title card, and the sizes were off. They were wrong to me. And then looking down here, I felt like this was giving off the wrong vibes. Yes, you've got this, what is supposed to be the killer stalking a victim, but with a third person in the frame, it just looks like people walking down the street. You don't necessarily get a danger vibe from this. So I asked her to remove this figure. I asked her to resize the title card. And I hadn't yet asked her to solidify these buildings, but I did ask her to make the planet more solid. It was very transparent here. You can see through it into the stars and whatnot. And so on her second draft, she sent this. The planet is now much clearer. I realize now that I was probably pointing on the wrong screen. The planet here is much clearer, much more dynamic, stands out more. The colors stand out more. The rings stand out more. She resized the title card. Now it's a lot closer. I'm still not vibing with the white. She got rid of the dude down here. Oh, and I asked her to add a drone camera behind this character because that's part of the story. And I asked her to add something to add an element of danger to him. I suggested a knife in his hand or something like that, but I also told her that might come off as cheesy, and she agreed. So we went with the blood on the jacket, blood on the shoulder, just a nice little spattering of blood, not too much, not too little, something showing this dude is dangerous. Now, my producer was still complaining about the transparency in the middle, so we moved onward. She solidified these buildings a lot more, as you can see here. It actually does a lot to provide depth. She added some texture to the title card, but the title card was still not quite right yet. I wanted it to be more centered. I wanted this to feel more in line with our genres. I did not mind this, but the capitalization of the letters was a little off. So I wanted to cover all that stuff. And then the final draft came through as this, which you all have seen and know. She also sent me the first draft at this point for the back cover. Again, this is a first draft. This is the first I'm seeing of a back cover, and look how close it is to already being awesome. She has some centered text here and some justified text here, so I had her make it all justified. I also broke this big chunk of wordage up into smaller paragraphs. I added my QR codes and logo down here. And what we ended up with is our final cover, which I am very, very happy with. Very, very happy with. All right, y'all. Do we have any other questions about the cover, about the process of making the cover, or the artist that I worked with? If you guys follow Victoria Wren on Instagram, she recently shared some images of a special edition that she's working on for one of her books. I believe it might be a hardcover, I'm not sure. But she's putting full page images into her book at the start of new chapters. You know how you always start a new chapter on the right page, so the left page is blank? She'll put a giant image that also bleeds over into the right page. And it's pretty dope because it's grayed out, it's almost transparent, so it fades into the background behind the letters. It doesn't obstruct anything, but it adds so much quality to the pages. And she's using this same artist to do that, and the images are spectacular. So if you want to go follow Victoria Wren on Instagram, you can get a look at those. It's pretty cool, and it is now something that I'm thinking about doing for the hardcover edition of this beautiful piece of work whenever it happens. Richard just stumbled in here. Hello, Richard. Welcome. Shannon, what does your QR code go to? So I have a QR code on the back cover right here, as you can see. That specifically goes to my website, which automatically prompts up a newsletter sign up. So the thinking here is the front cover needs to do the work of making a person pick up the book and stare at it, which is, I think, something that this cover achieves. I believe that there is enough detail and enough stuff going on, enough world building and plot suggestion in this front cover that people will pick it up and stare at it for a while and look at all the details. The second thing that this front cover should do is, once you've been staring at it for a while, it should make you want to flip it over and read the back. And the back needs to seal the deal of the sale. I believe that these characters are beautiful enough to do that. I believe that this double-sided blurb thing that I went through, where I have a blurb for the series and then another one for this book specifically within the series, I think that is hopefully going to seal the deal on some sales. However, if by the end of reading this, they're still not convinced that they want to drop the kind of money that this book is probably going to cost, they can at least scan this QR code, go to my website, sign up for my newsletter. And by signing up for my newsletter, they get a free short story, which happens to be the prologue to this very novel. And so the thinking there is, if it's free, it's for me. People are going to download it. And once they download it, they'll read it, hopefully. And if they do read it and they like it, it ends ushering them into this novel. So that's my thinking there with the QR code here. Now, I also have a QR code or two inside the actual pages. One leads to that same free download for the prologue in the spot of where a prologue would be in a novel. I have that instead. And then at the end of the novel, I have another QR code sending them to write a review of this novel, which will also lead them to other works by Adrian. So that's the thinking there, is to use these QR codes as intelligently as possible. Yes, I'm looking for sales. I'm trying to make sales with that. Martin said to me once, nobody uses QR codes. He was wrong. I recommend it. I actually did it on, at least I think I did. Did I do it on here? I did not do it on here. I wanted to experiment with it on this one, and I didn't. Can't remember why. Okay, so Yes, I recommend doing the QR codes, and it's all in favor of making it easy for people to find you, to find more by you, and in the event that people don't decide to buy the thing that you're selling, you can entice them with free stuff, and that free stuff should lead them right back to wanting to buy the thing that they didn't buy. Who's walking home? I saw this cover and immediately wanted it, so it worked on me. Good. Mission accomplished. Adrian, show some of the rejects. Well, I never got any actual work from the rejects. I showed the process of honing this one, but as you saw, she pretty much nailed it right from the jump. It was very minor little tweaks, and when I say minor, I really mean it. She sent me that first draft. I woke up in the morning to her email, read the email, looked at the image, thought about it, sent it to a couple friends to get their critiques, get their thoughts, sent it to my producer to get his thoughts. I collated all of that data into what I wanted to see adjusted on the image. I sent her an email that same day. This was just a few hours after receiving that email. The next morning, I had a new email from her with the second draft. And that repeated every day that I sent her something, with the only exception being a couple days ago, she went off to visit family and she let me know ahead of time, hey, I'm going to be visiting family for like 3 days. So you won't get anything from me for 3 days. I'll send you something when I come back. And I'm telling you, on day 4, I had the next draft. Wild. She works fast. I use a QR code on a postcard like handout with my book cover, front and back, and QR codes on the inside of my novels to the next book for those that were bought after the next book came out. Very nice. Thank you very much, Heather. Thank you. And thank you for stopping by. Customers are lazy. Make it as easy as it can be to get to the things. Exactly. QR codes are a godsend. You know, you're essentially creating barcodes for yourself, and you can stick them anywhere. Fantastic. Please do. Check it out. All right, y'all. I think that about covers everything that I wanted to cover today. Cover. Let's feast our eyes again on my beautiful characters. Detective Inspector Migdalia Vandersea, the the bounty hunter on a redemption arc, Lear Varian, and our hippie witch exploring the depths of her magic, Faye Noelani. Nice. Let's all head over to SD Houston and participate in some sprints. Later, skaters. Peace out, bro. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Victoria Red! I don't know if you noticed, but I've been talking about you this whole time. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for all your questions, for indulging me in this little bit of narcissism. It is a little narcissistic, isn't it? That's okay. We're all friends here. I'm extremely happy with my cover. I'm so excited. I'm so glad to finally have it out in the world. And I can't wait for you guys to read Mythic, Shadow of the Spark on April 30th. Tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, for our interview with Margaret Pinard for Tuber Book Club. She's the author of Dulcie's Legacy, a book that we all thoroughly enjoyed. And I look forward to sharing that with you guys tomorrow. All right. Right on, writers. We're out.